Okay, I shall now attempt to show you how to create a key pair on a Mac. It's fairly simple, so follow along. First things first, we shall create a, we've already obviously got one terminal open. I shall open another window. We'll do it in a different color. There we go. And to create our key pair, we put in ssh-keygen, and we just enter there. And you now need to pass a phrase for your key pair, which is very important, so make it nice and strong. Probably around 20 alphanumeric characters with symbols added in. I'll show you something simple. It doesn't matter because it's a demo. And when you create this passphrase, you want to write it down. You don't want to keep it on your computer. So you want to write it down about 2 or 3 places, keep it safe. Right, on that window I've created my key pair. I shall now close down that window, we don't need it. And that key pair is now on your computer. So if I go into my Finder, go to folder, SSH, that's the key pair which I've created. And that's the public part and that's the private part. And we shall come back to that in a minute. I shall close that down for now. Right, so we log into our server as normal. Just pause while I get my password. Okay, occasionally I'll just clear my screen so you can see things better. Okay, first things first, we'll quickly change our root password. I've got all my settings pre-configured here. I really just do this when I'm messing around with the server. I can just recycle the same information a few times, and it's good for this demo. But obviously, when you're doing a proper server setup, you probably want a nice, fresh set of passwords. Okay, so into root. We've created a new password. Now we're going to create a new user. I call my user demo, and again, nice password for demo. No, I don't want. It's trying to give me too much to save. I just want that bit. And we can put something in there. It's irrelevant. That's for irrelevant. Yes. So we now give your user root permissions. So you go into underneath root. We just put demo all. And don't worry if that's slightly different text depending on what version you're using of Ubuntu. If you're using Ubuntu, it's all the same, just copy it, that's the main thing. Control X, yes. Now what we need to do is change some configuration in the SSHD file. You can change your port while you're here, it's a good security measure. You want something 4 or 5 numbers. If it's a 5-figure number, you want it under around 63,000. So I'm going to put, there you go, 61111. And we will not permit root login, so that we change to a no. Control X, yes, it's all saved. Service SSH restart, which implements the changes in the configuration in the SSH file that we've just made. and we can now exit and log back in as user. And if you try to log in as root, you won't get in if I've done it properly. And if I don't book that port, I won't get in either, which was 61111. Okay, now we need to create a file called authorized keys. And to do that, first of all, we create a directory called .ssh, and we create the authorized keys file, and we can now copy and paste in here our public key. So going back to where we got the public key, which is in Finder, we're searching for it, and there's our public key, which is all we need. The private part, don't worry about known host, that's nothing to do with this. That's the private part, which we don't want to open, that's strictly secret. And there's the public key, which we can open, and we copy, close that down, close that down, and we copy and we paste it in there. And just, if we go Control W and we search for SSH, that'll take us back to the start, so it's tabbing, and that's all good. SSH, -RSA, one gap. It's important that that's properly configured. Control X, save that, yes, save, change permissions, and if you're obviously just change your username where you see demo there, you obviously just put your username, Jack or Jill or whatever. Change all those permissions, and we're getting there, close to that finishing now. We can exit out of there, and now when we log back in, I'll just copy and paste it, save time, and find it. What have I done with it? Just save typing it again. And now, if I've done my job properly, we'll get asked for our password, keypair password, perfect. So that's now a success basically. It means that every time I try a new session on my terminal, it's going to require my keypair password. So that's, put that in, and there's the remember password and keychain option, which is a separate issue, and if you're familiar with keychains you can do that yourself. Okay, so we're now in successfully, and one final step we need to do is just change a few things in the ssh config file again. The main thing that we're changing here is to disable password login. So we come down and password authentication, no. And don't forget to get rid of that hashtag, uncomment it, and that's now activated. That's the main thing we're doing here, which means actually you can now not sign into your server with a password. The only way that anybody can get into your access the server is through the key pair that you've just created. And the key pair links your computer to your server directly, so you've basically just created a sort of private a private connection between your computer and your server. And let me just change one or two other things which you can just simply copy, same as I'm doing. And that stops reverse lookup. Let me allow our user demo, Control X. Oh, it's all done. That's it. That's really basically it. What you'll find is now while your computer's running in this session, it won't require your keychain again. But if you turn your computer off and fire it all back up, and then open a terminal, it will again ask you for your key pair password. Okay, I hope that's all clear, and best of luck. And if you want to ask any questions, and I will try and help, or point you to somebody who can answer them, my Skype is 11 past 1, and that's all alphabetical. That's all characters. There's no numbers in that. 11 past 1. Okay, thank you for your time.